Hello and welcome to my kitchen here at Trails End 62. Just doing a little video today on recanning some pizza sauce from a number 10 can. Now I know there's a lot of people say you can't do this, and a lot of the powers that be say you can't do this, and so I want you to understand I do this. This is not an instructional video on how to do it. This is just a video showing you how I do it. This is what I do. My kitchen, my rules, and I do this. So I just wanted to share with you how I do this. And I know there's a lot of videos on this out there, and so this is just going to be one of many, but hey, this is my version. This is a number 10 can. There's about 3 quarts, if I remember right, about 3 quarts in a number 10 can. So we had pizza the other day, and I opened one of these that we put on the pizza, had some left over, so I thought I better can it up, and so I just opened up another can to do it with it. And going to can up some pizza sauce. It makes it more handy. It lasts longer when it's in the smaller jars that it's been canned. I will be pressure canning mine. You can water bath it. There are people who water bath it. There are other ways, methods, and people use for such stuff like this. I pressure can mine. I'm going to be pressure canning it. That's just the way I do it. And I feel safer that way. I think it's a better way to do it personally. That's just my opinion. Now the first thing you want to do is I put this in a stock pot and heated it up. As you can see, I've heated this up, and I might say when you heat this up, be very careful, because as you heat it, it doesn't have to boil to erupt like a volcano. And I speak totally and 100% from experience. Just like pizzas, or just like tomato sauce, the thickness of it will cause it to explode. Alright? So I heat it up because I want it to be hot, because my jars are hot, the water in the canner is going to be hot, and it will take less time for it to reach temperature. Okay, so it seems like we had a little glitch in the recording. Another corrupted file in there. It's the second time this has happened to me. I may have to get a new camera. But anyway, when I'm doing the pizza sauce here, putting the sauce in to the jars, that was apparently corrupted, so it's not there. So I want to make sure you understand, I do put lemon juice, bottled lemon juice, because it's got a consistent acidity, bottled lemon juice in my recanning process. Now there is some acidity in these cans already, so some people do, some people don't. I do. For a half pint jars, I put in a teaspoon of bottled lemon juice into the jar before I put the sauce in there. If I'm doing a pint, then I'll put probably a half a tablespoon of lemon juice in there. It just gives a little extra acidity so that to make sure it preserves properly. Now I do pressure can these, so it may not be necessary, but I do it anyway. Or if you water bath them, for sure do it. Put the little extra in there. Again, that's just the way I do things. I fill these up, the jars, to 1-inch headspace, and then I process them, and I do pressure canning for these. I feel it lasts longer. I'm good with it. Some people do water bath. That's okay. I pressure can these for 20 minutes for pints and half pints. Now tomato sauce, what I do when I recan that, of course I do that in quarts. It's going to be a little longer, but I don't need to do pizza sauce anything bigger than a pint at the most is what I would say, but half pint is plenty enough for what we use it for. That way it's kind of like an individual use. So just wanted to plug that in because that part of the film was corrupted. Back to the original film. Okay, I have all these filled, and I do debubble. I don't know that you necessarily have to, but just to be safe, I kind of give it a little stir with the debubbler in each one to make sure that there are no big air bubbles in there. And then what you're going to do is you have to wipe off, as always, wipe off your rims. I happen to use a vinegar for mine always. No matter what I'm doing, I do vinegar because I've got to put it in my canner anyway because of the hard water here. So wipe your rims off, dry your rims off. Then we'll put our lids on, put our rings on, finger tight. But always make sure your rims are clean. You want all this stuff off the rims, and you want it clean. If it stays on the rim, it's going to keep it from sealing. And then that's kind of counterproductive to your canning process. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. So once I have my lids wiped, my rims wiped, I put my lids on, and then I'm going to put on the rings. Finger tight. I just screw it down where it meets it, and then I just give it a little finger tightness. My Nesco will hold 8 of these tall ones down in the bottom. Then I put my pan on, my cover on, my divider on, and then I can put 4 of these squatty ones in the top. Now the thing about doing this in the Nesco, or anything that you do a double stack or triple stack even if you do that, is you have to be careful when you close the lid that this here doesn't hit the jar. So I've got it situated where I can close the lid and turn it and lock it, and it won't hit one of the jars. Locked in. I've got my weight set on exhaust. I punch high. I'm going to do these for 20 minutes. I do 20 minutes for pints and half pints. And I don't know, I don't do quarts, so maybe 25 to 30 minutes for quarts, something like that. But 20 minutes for pints and half pints is a standard that I've come up with. That's what I use. And then we're ready to go. Now I've got another canner, and I've got about a dozen more jars to put in it, and I'll get those put in and get them started. Okay. Pizza sauce from the large cans to half pints. And there you have it. Recanning pizza sauce from the large number 10 cans into half pints. You can do them in pints, you can do them in quarts if you want to. That's a lot of pizza though. One of these half pints would do for us. We use these individual pizza. You can make your own pizza dough. We use these here. This one's a little thicker crust than this one. I like this thicker crust. Edie likes the thinner crust. So one of those will do about 4 of these. There's 3 of these in a package, but it'll do about 4 of them, give or take. So, you know, you figure out how much that'll do for a pizza, medium pizza, large pizza. Depends on how much sauce that you want on it. Now the other thing is, we can these pizza sauce just right out of a pizza sauce number 10. It's pizza sauce, not a tomato sauce, a pizza sauce. So it does have seasoning in it already. You can, if you would like, add more seasoning to this before you can it. Season it to your taste for pizza sauce, whatever you want. You can add the seasoning after you can it, put it in the saucepan, heat it up, add your seasoning to it. Either way. We do that sometimes, or we'll use it right out of the jar. Depends on how much of a hurry we're in. We're in a big hurry, we're hungry, been out to town or something like that. We come back, we want pizzas, we just use this right here. We have meats, cheeses, shredded cheeses, and pepperoni and stuff that we have in our refrigerator ready to put on it. We like meat pizzas, we like a lot of different meats on it. Pepperonis. And you can do it that way, whatever you want on your pizza. Have it handy, cut up, already ready to go in your refrigerator, and you just put it on your pizza. We have green peppers, we have mushrooms, canned mushrooms and that we put on it, green peppers we take out of the freezer and put on it if we don't have fresh from the garden. So it's whatever you want to put on it, but that's how we use ours. Again, it'll do about 4 of those single serving pizzas, and saves time, saves money. You buy those cans, you get them cheap. It's a lot cheaper than buying pizza sauce at the store. Put it in little jars. There's no wastage to it to speak of whatsoever, and it'll last for a while. Alright? Well, that's just how I do it here. So, till next time, enjoy your pizza. From my house to your house. From my kitchen, your kitchen. God bless.